How much does this milestone help LeBron's GOAT case?
It's just another milestone to put to his case. Each milestone increases his legacy, Skip. And in the process of doing this, Skip, he's averaging basically 30 points a game. It's not like he's limping across the finish line. This is not a car at Daytona, and all of a sudden it went across the finish line on fumes and then ran out of gas before it got to victory lane. That's not what LeBron James is doing. You see that he's playing at an extremely high level. Now, he, Joel Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo are all averaging 29.8 points a game. So this thing is going to come down. We might
tied for the lead.
Tied for the lead.
Yeah.
So, Skip, we might have a situation where David Thompson get 73, and then here come behind him George Gervin gets 63 to win the scoring title. Shaq scores 33. He has the scoring title in hand. David Robinson scores 71. He snatches it from. So we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I believe it's going to come down to probably the last two games. Somebody might be willing to sit out, Skip. It's like the batting title. I got the batting title sewn up. You know what? It's the last game of the season. I ain't going to go on out. I'm not going to go on out there. There are no more Ted Williams. Ted Williams was close to hitting, had 400 on the dot, and he played the doubleheader and ended up hitting 406. More times than not, if a guy's got 400 batting average,
I agree.
He not playing.
Yep.
If one of these guys, the question is, Skip, if I got the scoring title, it's going to take somebody, let's just say for the sake of argument, 60, 65 points to catch me. Now, I'm good. I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to make you go run me down. That's not how he's doing. Skip, the guy's playing at an unbelievable clip. And when you mentioned, could he score the ball as great as some of the others? Probably not. Could he rebound the ball like Wilt, Russell, the big Kareem, who's 30 rebounding? Nope. Could he assist the ball like Magic and John Stockton? No, he could not. But when you combine...
By the way, I believe he's capable of assisting like either one of those. He's got that gift, but go ahead.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. They had that gift, but they couldn't score or rebound like he could.
No.
So that's why...
They prioritized that gift.
Right. And he prioritized like, man, he couldn't prioritize anything except being the best total player he could be. I need to score 27. I need to get you 7, 8, 9 rebounds a game. I need to get you 7, 8, 9 assists a game in order for us to have a chance to win this game. Skip, but when you look at how he's doing it, it took Kareem 1,560 games. Now, he's played basically almost 200 more games than LeBron. LeBron is going to break the... I shouldn't say LeBron is on pace because everybody thought Karl Malone was going to break this. But Skip, it was a foregone conclusion. And then Karl Malone went to L.A., and then it didn't happen.
Yep.
Let this sink in. LeBron just passed Karl Malone for second on the all-time list, and he did it in 113 fewer games. Let that sink in for just a second. He did it in 113 fewer games. He's played less minutes than Karl. He's not even top 10 in games played, and he's number 2. Skip, you got to get a man his due. Get a man his credit. So
My turn?
No, it's not your turn. 10,000 assists. He's the first player in NBA history with 10, 10, and 10. Let that sink in. 10,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, that's 10 and 10. But he did it one better. He said, I'm going to take it to 20. I'm going to take it 25, 30, 35. And we not stopping. I believe LeBron James can play 2 more years at this or close to this level. They're making it seem as like once he passed Kareem, he's going to walk away. He theoretically could have 40,000 points, maybe 11,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. You know what it is. Yeah. I've always said the man would go. I said he would go after 2016. I see nothing over the last 5, 6 years to deter me from believing that.
You said he was the GOAT when he got drafted.
He was.
Yeah.
Nobody, because everybody that I saw said, well, can he possibly live up to the hype? To a man, to a woman, there's no possible way LeBron James can live up to the hype in which they've bestowed upon him. And if you ask everybody to the point now that said he couldn't, he exceeded what they thought he could be.
He's the chosen one.
Hey, you know it.
Tattooed on his back
And you
in high
know
school.
this.
He went to a high school that has double Saint in his name, right? Saint, what is it? Saint
Vincent, Saint Mary.
It's got 2 Saints.
Yeah.
It was so great because LeBron went to it that they needed 2 Saints in the title, right?
You know.
Whew.
You know what it is.
All right, is it my turn
Yes,
now
your
for
time.
a little perspective,
Yes.
a little objectivity?
Oh, you go put objectivity. You and objectivity.
Yeah, that's what I deal with on this side. All right, obviously, LeBron James, or as I call him, LeBron Raymond James Sr., is obviously an all-time great player. I've acknowledged that many, many times. I don't have him nearly as high as you have because you have him number 1 on the list.
Yes.
I've got him number 9 in my top 10.
You out your mind.
Okay, well, I'm not. I'm in my mind right now. And yet, when he passed Karl the other night, all it said to me was that he's an all-time great player who has been able to play a long, long time in this league. It is nothing but a longevity record, and it's a great one, but it's just longevity. It's staying healthy, it's staying energized all the way into year 19 at age 37, and that is hard to do, and it's a real tribute to him that he was able to stay healthy enough and happy enough, because some guys just lose their spark for it. As you know, you just burn out because you played so many minutes. The wear and tear on your body could take such a toll that it's no fun anymore. And it's starting to take its toll now, but he's still capable of playing, as you say, at a very high level. It's not a winning level anymore because they're 11 games under 500. They're 11 under. And ironically and quietly, they have fallen all the way into the 10 seed as of yesterday because New Orleans pulled off a big win at Atlanta. And all of a sudden, the New Orleans Pelicans just passed them because of the tiebreaker. So now they're in the 9. The last seed in to the play-in is 10. And guess what? My San Antonio Spurs pulled off a win last night at Golden State. There's no step, but they pulled off a win. They got a really...
Draymond got ejected.
He got ejected, and they got a very beneficial foul call on Jakob Poeltl at the end of the game. But be that as it may, they cut the deficit down to only 2.5 games now. They're breathing down your neck. And if you let them pass you, all of a sudden you're going to look up and say, we're out of the whole playoffs. Is that possible? It's possible. At the rate they're going, and when you look at the closing schedule, it doesn't get much easier, right? You could argue.
But you got Cleveland and then you got Philly. Cleveland tonight, Philly on Wednesday.
And you got to face New Orleans twice.
You do.
Okay, so here's the point. Now I look at the big picture, and let's start with the GOAT case. The problem I have with the GOAT case right now is that LeBron James, as we speak, has attempted 11,000 more shots than Michael Jordan attempted. 11,000?
11,000 more shots? No.
No. I'm sorry, minutes. I'm sorry, minutes.
Oh,
I got my two. The shots are 2,209. So I'm sorry. It's 11,000 more minutes played, and let's just call it 2,200 more shots. That's a lot of shots.
Let me ask you a question. That's over 4 years now. Now he's played 4 more years than Mike.
I got it. But you brought up all your stats about Karl Malone, this and that. Karl Malone, right? What were your stats again? Say them again.
Karl Malone has played 1,476 games. LeBron James has played 1,363 games. Kareem has played 1,560 games. So basically almost 200 more games. Kareem has played thus far almost 200 more games, 197 to be exact, than LeBron. Karl Malone has played 113 more games than LeBron.
Here's all I care about. As we speak, LeBron James has attempted 536 more shots than Karl did in his career, in his 19 years. 536 more shots. Well, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to pass him. If I give you 536 more chances, 2s and 3s, I don't know, at some point, you should pass him, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Interesting.
Why you never made that argument about Brady? If you play 23-2...
I don't make any argument.
Time out. Just hear me out. Clearly, if you play 19, 20, 21, 22 seasons, you throw the ball 700 times a season, so therefore, Tom Brady's stats, anything that he accomplished after the age of 39 is just a longevity award.
Do you hear me gloat about any of them? Because I don't.
Skip.
I'll gloat about one thing about Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., and that is that last year he should have been the MVP at age 44. Skip. That's all I'll gloat about.
We put up the thing about how he passed Drew Brees. He had the most passing touchdowns.
I tell you, it's just longevity.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
I mean, he played for, 19 years in a non-passers offense, right? It was more run than pass. So
who?
The Patriots. Come on.
Come on, Skip. Brady was always in the top 5 as far as pass attempts.
It was meat and potatoes.
Granted, he might have not been throwing the ball down the field with the exception of that year and a half that he had Randy.
if this is just hypothetical because he wouldn't have lasted this long, but if he'd played for Bruce Arians or at least in the Arians offense from year one in New England.
No, he couldn't take those many hits.
Okay, well.
That'd been too many hits.
Well, would it be? I don't know. I thought he didn't take that many last year, actually.
But you see what happened with Andrew Luck? When you take those hits in that type of offense? Peyton Manning, you remember how many times Peyton Manning, Carson Palmer, you remember how many times? Big Ben. He played in that offense for a number of years. You remember how many times Ben got hit?
Okay. Well, from here on, whatever we talk about Brady and longevity is disqualified by me. I don't care about it because you're right. If you play till you're 45 and he's about to be 45, August 3rd, then all bets are off there. All I know is he should have been the MVP at 44. But that's all that matters.
Okay, but that's my point.
Is anybody making the MVP case for LeBron now that they're 11 games under 500?
No, but here's the thing, Skip. That's my point. Even though he is in year, last year was year, 22, and he was 44 years of age, it's not like he's just out there just getting by. He's playing at an MVP level. You and I both know if LeBron James is 500 or he's 5 games above 500, he's in the MVP conversation. He's playing at that level. That's my point. That's my only point in this situation, Skip. It's not like he's just going along for a ride. He's scoring 10 points a season. LeBron James scored 10 points a season over his last 4 seasons and passed Kareem. That's not what he's doing. The guy's averaging 30.
Okay, but he's not playing at an MVP level.
Yes, he is.
Their team's 11 games under 500.
Skip,
were the Bucks 5 games under 500? No.
Kareem won the MVP and his team missed the playoffs.
Okay, well, we're not talking about Kareem. We're talking about LeBron. You just said he's playing at an MVP level. He's not. They're 11 under 500 because he can't close games.
Well,
it's like night after night after night, I have to sit and watch LeBron fail to close games.
My point is that how can you be an MVP if your team doesn't make the playoffs? You're saying LeBron James might miss the playoffs and he's not an MVP, and I'm telling you Kareem actually won the award and missed the playoffs.
Okay, I don't really care about that because that's ancient history.
But it happened.
Okay?
But it just goes to show you, Skip, if LeBron James could win the MVP by missing the playoffs, that would give him 5. Wouldn't that add to his legacy? Of course it would.
Okay, well, do you think he's been more valuable than Embiid or Jokic?
No.
Okay, well,
no,
he hasn't. I don't know what the Kareem argument was that year. I'd have to go back and study.
But you remember
maybe there was nobody else to challenge him.
Back then, the players voted. Until 1980 was the last year the players voted. They turned it into the media.
Undercut your
But here's the thing. Let's just say players were voting. You remember there were times that Steph won, but the Players Association voted James Harden or they voted someone else. There have been times that you and I both know LeBron James would have won the award had the players voted. Michael probably would have had more awards had players voted. Kobe, Shaq definitely would have had more than one apiece.
I would agree.
All I'm saying is, Skip, is that if LeBron James was out there bull-jiving around, averaging 12 points, averaging 3 assists, I would say, Skip, you got me. He out there, he's just trying to break the record. But he's playing at an elite level, and he's going to, and shouldn't you? And so, like, man, you know what? I ain't gonna break. Like Barry. Barry had like 1,498 yards and says, you know what? We ain't got no chance of winning. They're getting rid of everybody. He walked away from the game. You and I both know Barry was gonna get that record. I don't know if Emmitt could have caught Barry, because Barry was 30. He walked away from the game at 30 with 15,000 yards. He said, you know what? I don't really care about the record. I want to win. I ain't got no chance of winning. LeBron's like, well, damn, I'm so close. And I'm still playing, like he said at the shop. I'm still nice with this. He's very nice with this thing.
Well, he's so nice that he is now second in the league in shots attempted.
How many?
He's averaging 21.5 shots a game. Luka is barely ahead of him at 21.7.
Skip, there was time that Michael was averaging 25, 26 shots a game. How many times did Michael lead the league in shot attempts? LeBron has never led the league in shot attempts. He's 19.6. 19.6. Your guy is 22.9.
For career, you're talking about?
Yes. One guy averaged 19, less than 20. The other guy averaged basically 23.
You know what? That's too few for Michael Jordan. He should average 25. He's that great. Better scorer, Jordan or LeBron? Well, it's not even close.
Who took more shots? Because I'm looking at it like now, LeBron James averages 50.5% from the field. So if I give him, that's 3.5. So I'm gonna give him 1.8. That's another 2.5. So I average 2.5 3 points To that, LeBron James averages 30 points a game. So he's right there with Michael Jordan. Now what's the discussion? You make it see, and plus, LeBron James has finished in the top 3 in scoring like almost 10 times?
LeBron is now a classic stat patter, and he's not that different from Emmett when he went to Arizona for those last 2 years in 03 and 04, when he was just padding his stats, running out of bounds, not taking any contact at all. And those teams finished 4-12 and 6-10, and that's sort of like the Lakers right now. LeBron is just scoring, and look what he's done. He's 14th in the league in three-point attempts. That's outrageously high for a guy who's shooting 35.7% from three, which ranks 89th of 151 qualified. So let's just say it's below average. Well, you're hurting your team because you're taking so many threes and you're not making nearly enough.
Skip, so in other words, you want LeBron to be able to shoot the three like Steph. You want him to be able to make free throws like Larry, but you want him to have the size like Karl Malone. I mean, how fair would that be? How fair would it? It would not have been fair if Allen Iverson could be Allen Iverson with his skill set and be 6'7". That's not fair. You can't. God didn't want to create and give you everything.
Okay, but that's why your team is 11 games under 500 because
they're not good.
Oh well, he's not good when it's time because he's taking way too many shots and missing too many shots.
He's not good.
Well,
but here's the thing. I've seen Kevin Durant not come up big in moments just like this, and you never say Kevin Durant is because Kevin Durant isn't good.
I watch every night, and he comes up small down the stretch.
Kevin Durant, you talking about Kevin?
No,
when
LeBron,
they had a 14
hold on,
when they had a 14-point lead and he scored 6 points in overtime. So did he come up big then?
We're going to talk about this in just a few minutes. But at Toronto, Avery Bradley took LeBron off the hook, man.
Skip, hold on. The score was 110 to 113. Gary Trent had just hit a three. Who comes right back down and matches with a three?
Okay, well, I'm
and then kissed it off the glass for three. And the bank was open.
How about bank was open? It was the luckiest shot I've ever seen.
You see that? You see him hit that very shot against the Wizards.
Oh,
and how many times do we gotta hit it?
And you know too. So it's just pure luck. It's okay.
So lightning does strike twice.
And then at Wizards, he breaks Karl Malone's record, and they're up 8 early in the fourth quarter, and he just comes all apart down the stretch.
No, Skip, hold on. First of all, it wasn't the early fourth quarter when he broke the record. He broke the record
No,
early.
I'm saying they were up 8 early in the fourth quarter.
Right.
It was in the second quarter when he broke the record.
Yes.
But the point is, you got an 8-point lead over a team without Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma, and you, LeBron, can't close the deal? Nope, he can't close it.
Well, they can't guard anybody.
Huh.
Did you see what they scored? Did you see they gave up 34 points in the fourth quarter? You scored 20.
Well, LeBron was supposed to be guarding a guy you have no respect for, Porzingis. You blasted him the other day on the show, and Porzingis was dunking on him.
Well, Skip.
Great stuff, guys, but we got to leave it there. This is the third highest scoring season of LeBron's career.
Third highest.
All right.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.